Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, round 18. And in this series, it's a month long, we use sketches as inspiration. And this sketch is by Valerie Spencer. And looking at it, I was trying to figure out how I was going to do it with the triangles. And I wasn't going to have a journaling square. The diamonds end up a bit of a struggle. But I do love what I ended up with because chances are I probably wouldn't even use that collection for my layout if not. But it is definitely inspiration for my layout. And I'm using that picture of my niece and academia. So, yeah, lots of fun with this layout. I'm showing all the academia pieces there. And I showed the sequence too from Spiegel Mom Scraps, which is called Bookish, and it was made for this collection. And so looking at this sheet here, gorgeous, isn't it? I thought I showed the back of it so y'all could see how plain the black was compared to the front. I'm showing there, I'm wanting to space my photo, just a little bit away from the window, which is in place of my journaling square, and have my photo there. And I still wanted that star to show down there. So I wanted my photo high enough up that when I did my embellishment, that it will still show. And I showed the clock up there, and I want to make an embellishment with the clock. Oh, here's where I showed the back, how plain it is. Um, I picked this shelf that looked like it went on the wall, since of course my clock is on the wall, and added foam tape to it to give it dimension. And I am of course adding some greenery since there is gorgeous greenery in this collection. Now this cluster down here that's with the window, that's in place of my journaling square, I thought, well, I can work with this and add a couple of things to it. And I wanted to add the apple on there too. I pulled it out and it just didn't work. And right at the end of the video, you will see me try to use that apple again. But I laid the backpack right on the other backpack with foam tape to give it dimension. And then I added the little trophy there. And of course, more books. Cherokee loves books and always has. I mean, we were all bookish in our family. I first thought I was going to use the wood grain side. That's why I pulled it out. But then I noticed the back was orange. So I thought, oh, I got to use that. There's orange pops here on the layout. And so I want to use it. And I added a little bit of rusty hinge to the punch out. And then I'm going to put this little uh, laser cut right on top of it. And I think it says you did it. I think that's what it says. Of course, I do not have layout in here. I'm going to have to go get it before I get done with my voiceover. Well, I think I might have to go get it really soon because I want to put a rub on here and I want to read it. But I'm adding some greenery there, and then I was going to add my title, and this is what I had originally planned. I love that little rub-on and the word victory, but I didn't like it laying there. And I'd already cut this rub-on out, and so I'm going to use it as my title, which is very strange because I like my title to be more dimensional. Even if it's just cardstock for me die cutting out. But I am trying not to die cut out so much. I'm not sitting as long. But anyway, that rub-on says dreams come in a size too big so we can grow into them. That makes the perfect title anyway. And I'm showing there that I forgot to put that on there. And I'm trying to figure out another place to put it, but of course I failed. So it's not going on the layout. And here, that empty spot there, I thought, oh my goodness, I can still use that rub-on that I am in love with and add it right there. And of course it's green, so I got green in three, like triangle spot areas there. Yeah, just loving that. Um, oh, I'm going to make some flowers, since my niece is a girl and I thought I'd add them. And I thought I was going to do yellow first, but I would always flip it over so that I can see my flowers punch out, but I'm punching with the top part of the punch. And as soon as I seen the little teeny tiny leaves on the back, I thought, man, they're so little you won't be able to tell they're leaves when I cut them out with the flowers, and it'd be nice to have the variegated colors. So I'm using the other side for my flowers instead. And you can't tell, you can just tell the different colors on here, and you'll see that in the close-ups. I'm inking them, and I'm pretty sure a scattered straw that I used to ink them with. And of course, they needed center, so I uh, thought I'm going to use that orange on the other side. And because, of course, it's going to go perfect with it since they're two sides of one piece of paper. And um, I thought, oh man, I just can't put them on there. I already inked the flowers. And so I have got to ink the little teeny tiny centers, and I am using Rusty Hinge for that. And oh, I missed one and I can't find it. I will find it when I clean up. I think, oh, there's where you were hiding. But yeah, I had to punch out another one to take its place. And the awesome little the glue press, glue press, my mind went blank for a second there. I wanted to say diamond press. Um, it's perfect for those little flowers, and I am getting better at squeezing on there. I am just so used to squeezing hard. It's just unreal. Um, oh, and I'm curling the flowers. I usually like to curl the petals down, but every now and then I'll curl them up, and I'm using my Tim Holtz piercer, I think it's what it's called, and just curling them, and it don't take but a second. And with them curled, they're kind of sitting up off the mat there. So I am just going to add my little teeny tiny bits of foam tape so that I can add them to the layout and they'll come up off the leaves. But yeah, this picture is of my niece when she graduated, and they had roses they could pass out to different ones, like maybe a teacher or family member. And she used to come over to my house and use my internet and computer for stuff. Anyway, she brought me a rose, and I took a picture of her just as she got over to me. And of course, I took a picture of the rose by itself too. Um, Here's the bookish Spiegelmalm scrap sequins, and oh, it's such a shame that we can't order from there anymore. I didn't do it often, but when I heard that there was bookish to go with this collection, I ordered it. I did not have the collection yet, and it would be a few months before I would, but I didn't want to miss out because I know how quickly they would go sometimes. Um, oh, and of course, I use my uh, piercing tool to put them on because some of them are super tiny, but it looks so good having a variety of sizes. But that's it. Oh, and here's that apple, and I'm trying to put it places and was not happy with it, so it just did not go on there at this time. But yeah, that's my completed layout, and I loved making it. It was so much fun using this collection. But and doesn't the colors on the picture go well? Well, I did use a filter a little bit to change the colors a tiny bit. But yeah, there's my completed layout. And the the triangles. I first When I first seen the layout, I thought, well, I'll put a border across there and put smaller triangles and go across there. Oh, and here's the cluster here, and I made, it three-dimensional. I don't know if you can really tell it on this picture. I should have tilted my camera a little. And here's the other cluster with the, yeah, you did it. Congrats, maybe it's you did it. Yeah, congrats, you did it. And my star shows up. And here's the top with the triangles. I thought, I was thinking several different things, and what to do, and I thought maybe I could find a paper that did. Well, the second collection I pulled out had those at the top, and I thought, it'll go, it'll work. I've got well, it's diamonds, but cut in half because I did consider that when I was thinking about making the border. But there's that rub-on that I love, and here's the top cluster. And see how well it goes with the clock, and it's fine with me that it covers half the clock off up because it is a cluster. And see how pretty those flowers are? Oh, I'm just in love with the idea that I flipped them over and it worked. But be sure to check out the playlist down there below to see what other creators did with Valerie's sketch. And I'm sure they were a lot more creative than I was. But uh, thank you all so very, very much for joining me while I created mine. And I hope you have a happy, scrappy day. Bye.